Hello and welcome to the program The Desk on Global Television. My name is Anthony Momodu. Welcoming to today's edition. Today being the July 2024, and we're in with very interesting talking points. As usual, we get the finest minds in the continent to help us look at this very interesting talking point. Today is no different, as we've got someone who is an author and also a public affairs analyst, and put in between that, someone who is also has some experience in the banking sector. Being our guest on today's edition, we've got Adabugo Uzo as our guest on today's edition of the program, The Desk. Good evening, and thank you for joining me on the program.
Good evening, Tony. I'm glad to be with you here today.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria has been re-elected as the chairperson of the ECOWAS.
So we congratulate our president, and as he is pitching his next target on security.
Yeah, talking about telling other leaders of the economic community to form a force. Do you think that formation of a new, regional force would help fight the insecurity bedeviling countries within the West African region?
Anything that has to do with coalition of forces, there must be agreement, both internal and external. Most countries are governed by diplomacy. Yeah. Most times it's not even what really serves, but what is portrayed at the surface level. But if people, our leaders, will go down to the core and form a strong coalition of these security forces, then it's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
All right. In terms of funding, because that's another big talking point in terms of funding the security force, if it's formed by the economic communities of the West African states, are you worried that Nigeria might have to,
that is
bear the burden of?
That you just spoke my mind, because as at present. We're already crying of how Nigeria is indebted in terms of external loans. Yes, to the point, I think not too long ago, to the point of the presidency approving something to dip hands into the pensions fund to be able to offset some of these debts or to cushion the effects of some of these debts. This will tell you how bad it is, and for him to drop back home to look for what is there that is not supposed to be touched and begin to touch it, it simply tells that those places they have been going to pick from is probably no longer giving them more, because they are in such a bad record of loans as a country. So being the president or the chairman, the first person in ECOWAS right now, the onus will now fall on him when it comes to provision of these funds. And the way Nigerian leadership thinks, you may be surprised. The solution will be to keep creating more holes, or trying to cover a hole by digging more holes. That is trying to clear loan by getting more, it makes the whole thing more difficult.
But looking at the security challenges Nigeria is facing currently, do you think Nigeria is in the right place to push for the economic community to have, when we can barely deal with the security challenges facing us?
I would say, in this politics, they always want to be politically correct.
Right, yeah.
Yes, they don't really want to do what we call the right thing. There's a saying that charity begins at home. Your house is not yet in order, and you want to step out there to put other people's houses in order. I mean, you can't give what you don't have. That's the fact. You can't give what you don't have. Okay? You can't give what you don't have, because it is the same administration, is the same head, is the same thinking, is the same, people surrounding him that will advise him. So if currently the situation of Nigeria is so bad and keeps deteriorating, and you are circled or you are surrounded by people that are advising you, and the situation keeps getting worse, are you going to change those people and bring in maybe expatriates to help you administer a different kind of result expected when you are the ECOWAS chairman? It is the same you that are going to continue your, what you have to offer, whether as a Nigerian president or as a chairman of ECOWAS. It's the same you. So African way of doing things may be a little bit different from the other parts of the world does there, because they have to check your track record. They have to check your integrity level, transparency level, accountability level. you know, before you'll be able to be given certain positions in offices. But here, it seems everything goes, you know, this is where corruption rules the day.
All right, a very sad commentary. That's